welcome Northwest Brew Talk. I'm Mike Rizzo.
And I'm Michelle Rizzo.
And this is episode number 36. Each week we promote the Washington brewing industry by talking to those people involved in drinking Washington beer. With almost 300 breweries, we try to highlight as many as possible every episode. If you're new to the show, we suggest you check out our back catalog with some great interviews and lots of Washington beer. On today's show, we have an interview with Berchman Brewing, our brew news and views, and local music from Bob Fossil.
If you have any comments or questions, send us an email to nwbrewtalk@gmail.com. We are on Twitter at nwbrewtalk and on Facebook at facebook.com/nwbrewtalk. If you like the show and want to support us, why not become a patron? With a donation, we offer everything from a guest hosting the show to a copy of our upcoming book, Washington Beer. Head over to nwbrewtalk.podbean.com for more details. And to start the show, let's open our first beer.
All right, this is Solar Trans Amplifier from Epic Ales.
Epic Ales opened in 2009, and then they closed just recently in about mid-September. Their plan is to reopen in Mollusk, which is in Seattle.
All right, this is very light colored. Let's see here. Why don't you taste yours? Okay.
Wow, very light.
Solar Trans Amplifier, 6% ABV and 21 IBUs. Perhaps the closest beer to a flagship made by Epic Ales. This is the very first beer they brewed. It's much like a wit, but brewed with rice and barley, making a much drier and refreshing beer.
Yeah, definitely dry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, check those spices. Almost coriander or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, definitely. We're going to have a review of a book next week. And
yeah, it's some interesting flavors
talks
there.
about rice beer in that book. Yeah, that's definitely different.
Yeah.
Ale brewed with spices. So I'm guessing that there probably is something like coriander in there. Yeah, pretty good. Definitely different.
That's what we like to try, those different beers.
Yeah, definitely. All right, and now on to our brew news and views.
Last weekend was the 34th annual Great American Beer Festival in Denver. This is the granddaddy craft beer event in the United States. The list of medal winners includes some great Washington breweries, of course. Two Beers Brewing Company of Seattle took home a gold. Fish Brewing Company of Olympia took home a bronze. Three Magnets Brewing, also of Olympia, took home a bronze. Reuben's Brews of Seattle won a bronze and a gold. Lucky Envelope Brewing of Seattle took home a bronze. Chucknut of Bellingham won a bronze and gold. Ghost Fish Brewing Company of Seattle won a gold and bronze in the same category. Flyers Restaurant and Brewery from Oak Harbor won a silver, and Wander Brewing of Bellingham took home a gold. Congrats to all the breweries, especially the multiple medal winners, and Ghost Fish and Lucky Envelope, both new breweries, for not only making the cut, but bringing home the medals. It makes us proud and happy to be in this great state talking about Washington beer every week. Way to go. And if you're one of the breweries that didn't get a medal this year, better luck next year and keep making some great beer.
Awesome. This Saturday, October 3rd, Pacific Brewing and Malting Company in Tacoma will celebrate its first anniversary. To mark the occasion, the brewery and tap room is hosting a giant party with live music, special seasonal and limited edition beer, food, prizes, and more. This first year has been a wild ride, stated co-owner and brewer Steve Navarro. We had no idea the response would be so huge, so we're celebrating our successful first year in style. As part of the celebration, Pacific Brewing and Malting Company is releasing the first of the Jubileum Anniversary Series. Jubileum Black Cherry Berliner Weiss is kettle soured wheat beer that's been aged on black cherries to provide hints of fruit flavor.
Oh.
They're releasing several other beers that day also, so visit Pacific Brewing and Malting Company this Saturday. This Sunday, October 4th, from 4 to 8 p.m. is Piketoberfest, held at Pike Brewing in Seattle.
Woohoo.
Tickets include 10 drink tickets, authentic Piketoberfest beer mug, all food, music, and discounted parking. There'll be local meats, sauerkrauts, cheeses, and more, paired with craft beers, wines, and spirits. This annual event benefits the Pike Place Market Foundation and is 21 and over.
The Inland Northwest Craft Beer Festival will be held this Friday and Saturday, October 2nd and 3rd in Spokane. Lots of breweries, not all from the area, but a great lineup, including some new breweries and some that you don't hear much about. Plan to see English Setter Brewing, Hopped Up Brewing, Big Barn Brewing, Ten Pin Brewing, Perry Street Brewing, Badass Brewing, Top Frog Brewing, Iron Goat Brewing, and many more. Visit WashingtonBeer.com for more details on this festival. This Friday and Saturday, October 2nd and 3rd, is Beer on the Pier in Anacortes, held in the historic Port Warehouse. This 21 and over event features a bunch of newer breweries, including White Wall, Sumerian, Stoop, Hellbent, and 26 others, plus some cideries. Sounds like another great beer event.
And there's a ton of them. The 2015 Fresh Hop Beer Week starts today, September 30th, and it runs through October 4th in Yakima. One of the events will be the 2015 Fresh Hop Ale Festival, which will be held on October 3rd. Named as one of the 10 best beer festivals in the nation, this 13th annual event is all about the hops and the beer that it's produced with hops that were picked and brewed no more than 24 hours within picking. They plan on having 40 breweries participate. Wine, food, beer, cider, spirits, music proceeds go to support Yakima Valley art organizations. Visit freshhopalefestival.com for details. And lastly, this weekend is the Mobile Food Rodeo hosting its first annual Trucktoberfest, October 3rd and 4th at Merrimore Park. Over 30 food trucks and over 75 beers on tap. Representing Washington will be American Brewing, Island Hoppin' Brewery, Dick's Brewing, D's Wicked Cider, Elysian Brewing Company, Black Raven Brewing, and Silver City Brewing. There will also be breweries from Oregon and several imports. And that, my friends, is our brew news and views this week.
Welcome back to Northwest Brew Talk. If you want to submit news to Northwest Brew Talk, send us an email to nwbrewtalk@gmail.com. Or if you've not yet subscribed to our podcast, why not do it now? It's free, available anywhere you listen to podcasts, including iTunes, Podbean, and Stitcher. If you like us, a review or rating would be really appreciated. But most importantly, make sure you tell your friends about Northwest Brew Talk.
That's right. Now, one of the main parts of our show, we're going to talk to Doug from Berchman Brewing. All right, we're here with Doug Robinson from Berchman's Brewing Company in Yakima. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing great. So why don't you tell us how you got started in the brewing business?
I think it was pretty typical of everybody else. Somebody in my family decided to buy me a beer making kit. Okay. Not the one that actually you use grain and...
Oh, okay.
So I came up with a couple of recipes that I like, the pale ale and my IPA. And then it was kind of a challenge, like, can I make beer that other people like, that I may not necessarily like? Mm-hmm. So we started doing that. And it turned out even better than the pale ale and the IPA. So it kind of got kick-started that way. And then my wife said, you're getting close to retirement, so you're going to have to come up with something. Right. Because you're not going to sit on the couch and drink beer. So now I make beer.
Okay. So you opened up in January of this year.
Right.
And how big is your system?
2 barrel.
2 barrel.
We started out, actually in January, we started out only doing like 25 to 50 gallons at a time just to see what the market was like.
Right.
And so now we're just scrambling trying to keep up.
Really? Is it all local distributed?
Right now it is, yes. Yeah. We do a couple grocery stores, tavern. We're supposed to be picking up Rosars here pretty quick. So, yeah.
Okay, great. So, let's see. So how many brews are you doing per week?
Well, we were trying to keep our fermenters full, and obviously you saw that they're not. These festivals have just been kicking us big time. When we anticipate maybe going through, we have the 1/6 kegs, most of them, and we think, well, okay, we'll take 10. Well, then we get there and we have to run back to get 10 more or something.
Really?
It's just, yeah.
It's a good way to get your name out.
Right.
That's a big thing with the festivals.
And we get a lot of that too. We'll be at the festival and it goes, how come we never heard of you? I don't know. Yeah. That's why we're here.
Yeah. So is your plan to stay just as a production brewery?
No, actually, we'd like to get a tasting room, that type of thing, but right now we're trying to get this off the ground and not really start another business, which the tasting room is another business.
Right. Where would you run that?
We're looking at some areas downtown Yakima, and the more the historic areas.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So about how many barrels are you anticipating this year doing?
I don't really know.
No.
You know, I'd love to come up with a big, huge number, but I'm going to say probably about 300 to 500.
Okay.
You know, and that's hopefully.
Right. So you mentioned the two beers. Those were the first two ones that you brewed for the business.
Right. And the pale ale it's like 40 IBUs. The IPA is about 80, but it doesn't have that bitter as most do.
Okay.
And it's just my preference. I mean, I'm not really into the bitter hops. We have a chocolate espresso stout, which has been really popular.
Huh?
We're working on another one that's it has kind of a low shelf life, so we're trying to figure out different adjuncts to make it last a little longer. And like I said earlier, we're working on a half and a summer ale. We've got about anywhere from 12 to 15 recipes, but we're only approved right now for 3 labels. So.
Okay. So that's quite a few different beers that you're looking at. So how many would you like to keep on regular rotation?
Well, it'd be nice if I could keep 6, but I think I'll be lucky if I can keep 4 that are, all the time, and then just do some seasonals.
Okay.
We'll see.
So it's a family operation?
It is. My wife and I own it, and our daughter is getting to the point where she's probably going to start running it eventually.
Oh, okay.
So she's not exactly the owner, because when we started this, she wasn't quite 21.
No.
So now she could be on the listed as part owner.
There you go. So, would you go as a brewery? I mean, how big do you want it to be? Do you want it to be a small brewery?
You know, I just want it to work, and as big as it gets, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Make it, just. But there was another thing then too. Why don't you tell us the reason why it's named?
Oh yeah. Well, Berchman was my dad's first name, and I was also named Berchman as my first name.
Okay.
Now my mom didn't want 2 Berchmans in the house, so I was, called by my middle name, Doug.
Okay.
So, as a matter of fact, the picture that we display is a picture of him drinking a beer, and I'm in the picture, but of course we had to cut that out, so we, because I was pretty young.
Yeah. Nice. So let's see. What is your favorite kind of beer?
I'm not sure I really have one yet at this point. I mean, I like the IPA that we make, and I like the pale ale, and I like a lot of other breweries' beers. So I mean,
is there a certain kind? If you were out, certain style that you'd pick?
I'd probably pick a pale.
Okay.
And that's just because, like I said, I'm not into the real bitter hoppies.
Right. Which is definitely, there's quite a number of Washington breweries it's like
right.
Who can be the hoppiest?
Yeah, maybe we need to say medium, mild, and I don't know.
Yeah, they come in different grades of hoppiness. So do you think that you'll be entering any of them in competitions down the road?
We hope to. We're hoping to send to the Gab Fest, but unfortunately we missed that. So.
Okay, so it's definitely something you want to try.
Yeah, I'd like to. It's not our big goal to, pick up a bunch of awards, but I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Send it off, see what happens. I mean, I like the fact that people give us their opinion of the beer, good or bad, or like they go to Untapped or Beer Advocate. Anyways, because the more we get feedback, the more we know where we need to improve. And it's a work in progress.
Right. So for you, do you brew your beers like to style? Like, is your pale ale like a pale ale? It's not like something.
Well, if I was going to call it any kind of a certain style, I'd say it's more of a Belgian type beers.
Okay. Any specific hops you like to use?
I like to use Chinook, Cascade. We're starting to use Mosaic, which is it's a great hop. And we've got some others we haven't tried yet, but the best part, like I said, in Yakima Valley, I can go out and get a sample of just about any hops there is. So,
Yeah.
It's just drive down the road.
Yeah. Yeah, that is definitely, this is the area. I mean, almost 75% of all of them. What, up to this point, what's been probably your biggest obstacle?
Trying to anticipate how much beer we need to have on hand. I don't want it, because all of our beer is bottle and keg conditioned, so I don't really want it to sit very long before it hits a shelf somewhere.
Right.
We're new to this festival stuff, and like I said, we're finding out that we need to make a lot more beer.
Yeah. Yeah, just to keep up with the
Right.
festival use.
Yep.
All right, thanks to Doug from Berchman for joining us today. We will be right back after a local music break from Bob Fossil.
I could have had something, 'cause something is nothing. Yeah, you could have had nothing, 'cause nothing is something. If you look deep enough, you know you're fine. If you look deep enough, you know you're fine. Our bodies are pants full of rain. Might as well be kept in a cage. They prefer to say where it's safe, where it's safe. What danger? What danger? And everything's the same. There's a clock on the wall telling me what I know. And I can't feel pain, baby. I'm your pin cushion, each needle enters easily. If I could remember your name, instead of getting lost with thoughts inside of my head. You're so important to me. Help me realize that you're so important to me. Help me
Danger from Bob Fossil. You can check them out at bobfossil.bandcamp.com. If you want to have your music played on Northwest Brew Talk, contact us today. Now, let's try another beer. This time we have Cumulonimbus by Sound Brewery.
All right, Sound Brewery is located in Poulsbo and is a production brewery with a tasting room. They allow all ages and have snacks available, or you can bring your own meal. They're open 7 days a week.
Cumulonimbus Double IPA has 52 IBUs and 8.5% ABV. And their website had a nice little description: a towering thunderstorm of Northwest hops against a sky of clean, dry malt. Crisp, yet eminently satisfying for the extreme hop lover. Cumulonimbus has a balance that brings it all together into one seriously quaffable double IPA. And this beer has won a few awards: 2012 U.S. Beer Open Gold Medal and the 2012 NABA Bronze Medal.
Okay, yes, this is a darker copper color. Smells really good, but it is definitely a double IPA.
Wow, yeah.
8.5% ABV.
Wow, that's good. I like that a lot.
You like darker, and I think you like alcohol too.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Sound does have some of the nicest looking labels too. They look very almost like wine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
Very upscale looking.
I want you to get me fresh beer. You serious?
This week's fresh beer is from Paradise Creek Brewery in Pullman. On October 2nd, this Friday, Alpha Madness will be released. This is a fresh hop IPA. Their September newsletter gave a great idea of how fresh hopping takes place, using off-the-vine Citra and Mosaic hops and freshly harvested Equinox for dry hopping. Additional tropical fruit flavors. Alpha Madness IPA is 6.8% ABV and 73 IBUs.
Yes, we're gonna have to find one of these fresh hop beers somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of Northwest Brew Talk.
Make sure you tune in next week when we chat with Drew Brew.
This show is produced and edited by me with engineering help from Michelle Rizzo.
If you want to contact us, you can email us at nwbrewtalk@gmail.com or give us a call at 541-595-TALK.
Until next time, I'm Mike Rizzo.
And I'm Michelle Rizzo.
Stay hopping, my friends.